Hey y'all, it's Cam, and welcome to my Surviving 2 Concerts in 2 Weeks vlog. We are going to be talking about the concerts that I went to in literally 2 weeks, and oh my god, I am still hurting from the concert that I went to 2 days ago. Yay! I will say this video is going to be long, and unfortunately, I think YouTube is going to hit me with the, hey, that song, that's copyright, so I'll try my best to not have that happen, but if it does, these are not my songs. This is just my footage from the concerts, okay? Okay. We're going to start off this vlog by saying, we actually bought these tickets in the end of April when they literally went on sale. Yeah, so we were waiting for this concert for a pretty hot minute, and I almost didn't get the chance to go. My job almost didn't make me go until I raised hail and praised Dale that I'm like, oh, I requested this time off in April. Give me it now. And they did. So, but let's talk about the first concert that I went to was Breaking Benjamin. I did make a TikTok post about this, but I am going to be very blunt and very upfront. I literally started my period the day before the concert when I was supposed to start September 6th. I started the day before. And if you are a woman and you are 100% aware, the first day is always the worst. Always the worst. The pain, the flow, XYZ, it's just bad, right? So I was just not excited for that. I was like, fuck. So to make sure I was prepared for the concert, I brought everything I needed. I wore everything I needed just to make sure that I was okay. And this does come in handy, so just prepare for that. Basically, throughout the whole time, my boyfriend and I were hawks, checking the weather, just to make sure it was not going to rain. The day before the concert and the day before I started, my boyfriend looks at me and goes, babe, it's supposed to rain the day of the concert. No. Backstory. I was going to see Breaking Benjamin and Skillet for Daytona Beach's Rockville in 2022. It got rained out. It got canceled. I got rained on. Right. So that was a whole headache, and I was so traumatized, and that was just not a good day. It was not a good day, okay? So I work on my period, made sure I take some pain pills, and then I got dressed at work. My boyfriend picked me up, popped in some more pain pills. We went. I made sure I was okay. I made sure I wasn't in pain. I made sure down there was all good, because keep in mind, it's at an outdoor concert. There's not going to be a lot of bathrooms, okay? Right. We pull up to PNC Music Pavilion or whatever it's called. I can't think of it right now. I might be right. But pretty much it was absolutely pouring down raining at this point. And at this point, I'm hormonal. I'm starting to panic. I'm going, oh my god, what are we gonna do? So my boyfriend, we were talking. He goes, hey, if it gets canceled, they're going to Virginia Beach the next day, right? Okay. And you can just not go to work. We can buy tickets to go to Virginia Beach. I've also been to that venue plenty of times, so I know where it is. We can go to it. Okay, cool. It stops raining. My boyfriend and I get out, and honestly, he looks at me, he goes, hey, I actually brought your Doc Marten boots so that, you wouldn't ruin your Vans. Cool. Threw them on. He threw on his steel-toed boots because, again, the freaking grass is muddy at this point. And I'm like, good call. So we get in line, and we're waiting, and we're going up, and it's drizzling, and it starts to rain. I get through the freaking metal detectors, but my boyfriend has to stay back. And the floodgates of hell opened up, and it starts pouring. And so all of a sudden, it starts thundering and lightning. What we did hear about this venue was, rain or shine, the concert's going to go on. The only exception was lightning. So the staff basically told us, go back to your cars. It's too dangerous. Go back to your cars. We don't want a fucking lawsuit. That's pretty much what they said. But we all looked at each other and we're like, fuck that. We just waited in line for almost an hour. We don't care if we get fucking soaked. We're staying at the fucking front. We're not waiting another hour to go back to our cars and repeat this whole goddamn cycle. So yeah, here's a video on the screen. We got fucking drenched. Drenched is pretty much an understatement. All of us. All of us. The only people that did not get drenched were the people that physically had to get pit seats and got in early. So yeah, that was fun. Save you guys some headache later. Basically, they let us in 15 minutes before the concert started. At this point, I had to go to the bathroom and change and make myself feel a lot better. If you know, you know. The only bathrooms that were technically open were porta potties. I cannot catch a fucking break, dude. So, went to the bathroom, made sure that I felt better. You know, I felt a whole lot better. I was prepared. I was clean. I was like, you know what? I'm a little wet. Where water dries, okay? This is fine. Everything's fine. Pretty much what we did is that we found our lawn seats. Here's a picture up on the screen right here. This is where we stood most of the night. Literally 15 minutes later, Return to Dust comes on. I have no hate to Return to Dust. I honestly couldn't hear them, and I was just in such a mood. I was like, I'm so sorry. I just want to fucking see 3 Days Grace and Break It Benjamin. You guys are cool. It was really cool because technically they did open for Break It Benjamin and 3 Days Grace, and I was like, that's fucking sick. That's really cool. Return to Dust finishes, and everyone was getting ready to see 3 Days Grace. And at this point, Tom was, he put his hands on my shoulder and he's making sure I'm okay. Can you see here? Yeah, I'm actually good. Can you see here? Yeah, I'm good. 3 Days Grace comes on. And oh my god, chat, they're fucking amazing. I'm just going to post a few videos right here and then I'm going to talk. So just take a listen.
Will never be what I expected. And if I don't belong, who would have guessed it? It's never too late for you to do first say it'll be alright. Brian! 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 Brian!
Chat, they were so good. They were genuinely so good. And the one thing that was even better was the crowd. The crowd. It was a sold out concert. I did not know this at the time. 18,000 plus people were at that concert, and I was smack dab in the middle of it. It was fucking unreal. And honestly, one of the best crowds I have been to at a concert. It was awesome. I did get to hear a few songs that I love because I'm actually a big fan of 3 Days Grace. I know like most of their stuff besides like 2 songs that they played I didn't know, plus the newer ones. I knew of them. I just didn't sit down, listen, sing the whole song, know it. After that, oh my god, they put on one hell of a show. Oh my god, they genuinely impressed me for their stage presence with how they sounded. Oh my god, they sounded good live. After 3 Days Grace finishes it, and they literally finish their song, like their last song on Riot, which is so good. It's so good. Tom put his hands on my shoulders. He moved me. Can you see here? No. Can you see here? No. Chat, I'm 5 foot. I can't help the fact that people are a lot taller than me. I can't help that at all. But literally to my right, like my far right, there was a guy that was sort of in front of us, but like on the same like level as me. He looks at Tom and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to stand up for the rest of the concert. I'm going to move my chair. Do you want to stand? Do you want her to stand where my chair was? Because it's actually a pretty good fucking view." And I stood there. I stood there all night. But another thing that I personally did not realize was that there were kids in front of us. They weren't like babies and they weren't like 4-year-olds. They must have been like 10 to 12-year-olds max. I really didn't get a chance to see them. But since it was drizzling on and off, like a soft drizzle, they had an umbrella with them. And apparently during 3 Days Grace, people were just walking around, like getting in front of each other, like pushing, shoving. And apparently they were stepping on the kids because they're drunk and belligerent and they can't fucking see them, right? So we're talking to this guy and we're like, hey dude, thanks. Like, we appreciate this a lot. And I'll never forget him. He was a little pissed off at the crowd. So he gets his finger right in my face. He goes, I'm gonna make sure you can fucking see and no one fucks with those kids. Swear on my life, that man's just said that. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm literally safe for the rest of the concert. I'm good. No one's gonna fuck with me. Literally, this man's made sure I could see. And people tested that theory. People tried to get in front of me. Dude almost started fucking swinging. Dude. You were fucking great. I have no idea if you're ever going to watch this fucking YouTube video, but if you eventually do, you and your wife or girlfriend, I don't know. That's none of my business. We're fucking awesome. So thank you guys. And then after all that, Breaking Benjamin came on. I unfortunately did not film Awaken because I was crying so much. Yeah, keep in mind, guys, I'm still on my period, by the way. I'm hormonal as shit. So, like, yeah, so many tears. So many tears from 3 Days Grace. And I was like, oh, God, I didn't get the chance to see this band years ago, and I'm seeing them now. Oh, my God. So, pretty much, Breaking Benjamin comes on. Here's a few clips of some of the stuff that I thought was really cool. Yeah, that. I got to see the freaking Halo 2 anniversary cutscenes at a Breaking Benjamin concert. And we all know how I love Halo. I love Halo. Halo is... I got to hear all of my favorite songs live. I got to hear Dear Agony live. And when they were playing Dear Agony, I finally got the chance to look around my area. Because, you know, when you're at a concert, you're focused. I looked around. Everybody was crying. Everybody was singing. Everybody was jumping up and down. And in that moment, I was like, damn, this is really what it's fucking worth. Going to a concert. It's not just me. It's not just me. It was, yes, it was my first time seeing Breaking Benjamin, but there were other people that were also seeing Breaking Benjamin for the first time. Hell, this was their first concert. So, it was phenomenal, chat. Like, I can't even put into words how awesome that concert was for me, especially. So, yeah, Breaking Benjamin played. I literally knew almost every single song besides, like, one or two, because they were older. I sang the entire night. I jumped up and down the entire night. I screamed the entire night. Unfortunately, I could not really move much because I was on my period and I didn't want to make a mess, but it was still such a fucking phenomenal experience. And after the concert, we actually got to sit down with the guy that made sure I was okay and the kids were okay, and we just talked with them for a good, we actually just talked with them for like a good 10 minutes, and it was just awesome, just sharing stories and experiences, and Oh, trust me, we thanked him, and we thanked him, and we thanked him, and we thanked him. And then we got in the car. And it only took us about an hour to get out of the parking lot because we actually were smart and waited. Unfortunately, I did not get any merch because, respectfully, a t-shirt was $50 and a hoodie was $100. Guys, I'm saving for a new apartment. Respectfully, I wish, but I also had no idea where the freaking merch booth was, and no one was going to tell me, and I was stuck. Because if I moved, I was not getting my spot back. So, that was the first concert. Now we're going to talk about the Halestorm concert, which I saw Apocalyptica, Lindsey Sterling, and Halestorm. This was an entirely different scenario of a concert. Because what I did for 3 Days Grace and Break It Benjamin, I looked up the set list. I do it for Skillet, I did it for Break It Benjamin 3 Days Grace, just so I know the songs, and hell, maybe if I have time, I can learn it. I did that for a few Break It Benjamin songs, and now they're one of my favorites. My boyfriend has seen Halestorm many times. I think this time would have been his 5th time seeing them. And he looks at me, he goes, okay, I did your thing, we're going to do my thing. Because he bought the tickets for Halestorm, I bought it for Break It Benjamin, right? So I'm like, okay, that's actually valid, that's fine. Thankfully, I am off my period, like 90% off my period at this point, so I can actually do whatever I wanted to do and enjoy myself without freaking out, right? So we actually drove to Cherokee, North Carolina. If you guys don't know where it is, it's literally in the mountains, in the middle of the fucking mountains, like ears popping mountains. We went to, here's a picture of the casino. I forget the name, but it's on the screen right here. We went to a casino. Me and Tom, never been to a casino before, so it was a new experience for us. What we actually did, since the PNC Pavilion was like 30 minutes away, not even, this was 3.5 hours away. So Tom was smart. He booked a hotel at this really, 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 really cute hotel. Here's like a little cute video. The Stonebrook Lodge, if I'm not mistaken, is that the name? And it wasn't the most luxurious, but it was also the cheapest. And probably one of the best deals we've gotten. It's a hotel. It has a bed. It has a bathroom. Shower. Is it not the best? No. But it was okay for 2 days. Okay? We escaped for 2 days. And pretty much, we drove to the hotel. Our check-in date was at like 3 o'clock, I think. And the concert started at 6. If I'm not mistaken. It was like 5:45, 6. So it gave me an hour to, get myself ready, wash my body if I needed, lay in bed for an hour if needed, because we just got out of a 3-hour car ride. So pretty much I got ready with a very last minute outfit. Very, very, very last minute. I had no idea what to wear. So this'll do. We walked over to the casino, and for some odd reason, as we were walking around, I hear this in the casino. Oh my god, it's Skillet. Skillet in a casino? That is not very Christian-like. With the utmost respect, why were they playing Skillet's Hero in the casino? Out of all places I have fucking been to, a casino? What? It does not compute. But after that, we finally got in line for the event center. I think we waited in line for like an hour, pretty much. And we had our tickets ready. We walked in, and it was really weird because this woman stopped me, and she goes, "Hey, hon, what's your age?" Was not expecting that. So I said I was 22 when I am 23. And after I said, "Oh, no, 23," and then she just goes, "Okay." Like, I understand. She was like a owner or a consecutive or, a very, very important person that works there. So I completely understand that's her job. And I do not look my age due to my height and my baby fucking face. So I understand. But we got in. Here is a picture of how close we were. This is not a zoomed up photo, chat. I'm not exaggerating. We were so close. Apocalyptica came on. They played... dude, I was not expecting them. They came out. They started playing Metallica. I was not prepared for that. I was like, what? What? I love Metallica. And they played Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman. Literally, they played Enter Sandman and then Master of Puppets, and I was like, okay, damn. They were so cute. They were so funny. I actually haven't heard of Apocalyptica until this concert. I had no idea who they were. I had no idea that they were from Finland. I had no idea. They were a trip. They were hilarious. They were dude, they were so fun. They were like holding the cellos in the air. They were playing it behind their backs. They were playing it in front of their faces. I was like, oh my god. So Apocalyptica finishes. That is a mouthful. Oh my god. And then I had the realization I was going to see Lindsey Sterling. I know of Lindsey Sterling. I don't really listen to her because we all know me. I like my rock music, but I know who at least Lindsey Sterling is. It's been a few years since I've actually seen like a recent footage of her, so I had no idea what she even like really looked like, if I'm not mistaken. Right? She comes on stage and she starts doing her thing, and this is me. The entire time. Not the entire time. But I'm actually going to put a video right here. So, for context, somebody was FaceTiming their family, and there were 2 little girls, from what I could see, because we all know I'm half blind. And right before I even started filming, the girls' faces just dropped. Their jaws hit the floor, and the older one ran to get the younger sister from what it looked like, and then they ran to their dad. And literally, this is the video right here on the screen of them watching Lindsey Sterling all together in like a little circle. It was the cutest thing I have ever gotten. Yes, this is on purposely. I'm filming them FaceTime, them showing Lindsey Sterling. Oh my god. Oh my god. They were so cool. Like, oh my. Also, I had no idea that Lindsey Sterling could sing. Not even a clue. This was literally my face when she started singing. Yeah. I was genuinely mind blown. I was like, what? What? Can you guys know I was not allowed to do any research beforehand. My boyfriend did not let me at all. Lindsey Sterling plays. She finishes. She was absolutely just, I don't know. Like, halfway through the set, it took me, like, my brain finally processed that she's playing the fiddle or violin, whichever. Maybe it's a both. Maybe it's an electric one. And dancing at the same time. Yeah, like, I'm sorry. My brain So pretty much, Lindsey Sterling finished, and I was like, oh my god, I'm literally about to see Halestorm. What the fuck? But beforehand, during Lindsey Sterling's act, there was this asshole of a couple who, keep in mind, there was like a good like few feet in front of us between the pit and the general admission barrier. And guess where they decided to fucking stand? Right in front of me. So my boyfriend, being the nice person, said, hey, stand on the fucking guardrail. You're only an inch taller than me, and you're literally on the same height as everybody else. So guess what I did the rest of the night? I stood on the fucking guardrail. And apparently my boyfriend got them to move because he gave him a death stare from what he told me like after the concert. But honestly, I'm so glad that he told me to stand up on the guardrail because, guys, I got the best videos. I got the best videos ever. I got the best view. I got the best videos. And I was not fucking with anybody. I was not in their way. It was awesome. Chat, it was honestly great. Halestorm comes on. And they play my favorite song. Actually, no, they played my favorite songs back to back. So here are those both videos. Ignore me absolutely screaming my head off. These are my favorite songs. Play the clip. Yes, They played I Miss the Misery and Love Bites back to back. And I love those songs. They are so good. They are so good. So yeah, ignore the fact that I'm like screaming my ass off. I love those songs. And keep in mind, I'm so close to them. We are so close. It's an indoor venue. It's small. But oh my god, the crowd was amazing. Oh my goodness. Halfway through the concert, they roll out a grand piano. In chat, let me tell you, she starts playing a song. I don't know what the song was. Keep in mind, I don't know much Halestorm stuff besides like their mainstream basic shit that I know. But she played a song on the piano and she was just singing. And if you guys don't know, that is my favorite instrument is a grand piano. I love a piano. And someone that could play it good and sing at the same time. Honestly, you know, like the Office meme I'm gonna put up on the screen where he's like smiling and crying. I shit you not, that was me. That was literally me. This Lizzie made me cry because I was just in such awe of the piano and her singing. She literally sounds like the albums. Like she sounds so good recorded like live. Like oh my god. Like I can't. I'm at a loss for words. She sounded so good. She sounded so good. So they sing a few more songs and respectfully they actually played 2 hours, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Respectfully, I was tired. I was overstimulated. My poor boyfriend had to hold me up because my arms, they still hurt right here. All right here. Because I was grabbing on to the freaking guardrail for the whole 4 or 5 hours that we were there. Not really, but you know what I mean. So they play their last song and they were so good. And it got to the point where after they did like a little bow, they stayed for like a good 2 minutes and they were tossing drumsticks, they were tossing guitar picks. So people from the pit, you know, they got their guitar picks throughout the whole. They must have tossed like 30 guitar picks. I'm not even exaggerating. They had so many. I was like, what the fuck? So the guy with the really long hair, he's one of the guitarists. Chat, if you know Halestorm, you know his name. We made eye contact. And he goes, actually, he goes, fucking tomahawked a guitar pick and it hit my boyfriend. Sadly enough, the first one literally went dunk right off his freaking chest. So then, you know, he saw somebody else catch it. He goes, one more. One more. He points right at me. Dunk. It hits my boyfriend right in his chest and falls straight at his feet. Straight. So my boyfriend picks it up and he's like, oh my god. Because again, my boyfriend, he loves Halestorm. He knew all their stuff besides their new stuff. He knew all the songs. And what's really cool is that the guy that was next to us that actually made sure I could also see, literally told my boyfriend, he goes, if you wouldn't have gotten it, I was going to drop down and grab it and give it to her. Talking about me. What? What the fuck, dude? So here's a picture on the screen of the guitar pick and the confetti. Because they actually did confetti, I think, twice during the concert. We still have the confetti, and my boyfriend currently has the guitar pick in his phone case. Just so it's safe and sound and doesn't get lost. And it was just so cool. It was so awesome. Just being there and seeing them and just... oh my god. So immediately after the concert, my boyfriend and I are like, oh my god, you have a guitar pick from literally the guitarist, not just some bullshit one, literally one of the guitarists' pick, right? Oh my god, it was... we walked home. I finally got some water because I was very parched, let's just say. And we try to go to sleep. Unfortunately, we don't sleep good because we're at a new place. We're not home, despite the fact. Then we drove home. And literally yesterday, I found out something that was a little awesome. And I immediately told my boyfriend, and I told my boyfriend's mom, because my boyfriend's mom is a giant Halestorm fan. Mama H. Yee. So do you see this picture? Yeah. Normal picture. What if I zoomed in? What if I zoomed in some more? Guys, that's me and my boyfriend. We're in Halestorm's post. Saying that out loud made me fucking freak out. We're in Halestorm's post. Listen, we might be zoomed. We might be zoomed out. But we're there. Literally last night, before I went to bed, before I filmed any of this, Halestorm viewed my story. I actually want to see if I can find it really quick. Give me a second. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, they literally viewed my story. Yeah. 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 I also found a new song I honestly love. I think it's called Like a Woman Can, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's so good. Oh. So what did you think of the vlog / story time? Did you guys like it? What do you think of Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, Return to Dust, Apocalyptica, Lindsay Sterling, and or Halestorm? Let me know in the comments. Also, from this video, possibly I might be seeing Skillet in November after like 5 years. Oh my god. We shall see. This video is going to be uploaded a little bit later because I actually want myself to heal because my arms still hurt really freaking bad. And I just want to get cozy and home again and not be so like... If you guys like this video, feel free to leave a like. And if you guys want to see more storytime vlogs, I'll make sure that I actually do some more again. So, yeah. I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that is. Deuces.